I'd like to welcome you guys to the first ever Pokemon Sleeper Sunday, where once a month I will be posting a video on Sunday going through raw cards, graded cards, and some sealed products that I think are absolute sleepers. So please let me know down below what you guys think of this idea. And then too, let me know also what you think is the biggest sleeper from this entire list. I would love to know. But yeah, I'm just trying to have as much original content on my channel as possible. And we do have to give thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Platinum Protectors. If you guys are in the market for any type of cases for any type of collectible, Platinum Protectors has got you covered. I mean, they have action figure cases, comic books, diecast, Funko Pops, movie box, trading cards, and video games. Super good selections too. I mean, you can get graded card sleeves, top loaders, Lorcana booster box cases, Pokemon booster box cases, Charizard UPC cases, even Japanese Pokemon, Star Wars. And you know, they got the nice cases with the magnetic top that are a little more expensive, but they got these nice cheap ones too, which I absolutely love. Like, you can get a 20 pack of ETB cases for $42.98. And then on top of that, if you use the code PokeBeard at checkout, you will receive 10% off your entire order. Definitely check them out. All the links are in the description. All right, let's get started. I honestly could have made this list twice as long, but I had to stop myself so the video wasn't too long. But we are starting off here with the Chansey from Twilight Masquerade. I love this card. Got up to $19.40, and right now the value is $10.94, $10.74, $9, $9, $9.50, $8, $10.50. Solid prices. I just love how many different, Gen 1 Pokemon are in here. We also have Blissey too, but absolutely love that card. All right, next, we got the Lickitung here from Temporal Forces. This card is rising right now, and I have a feeling it's going to be like a $10, maybe $12, $13 card. Last sold $4, $4, $4, $11, $10, $10, $5. And I checked, and you can still find this card for a good deal. So I feel like this is a solid one that might kind of boom next. All right, next, we got the Florigato from Paldea Evolved. Now, I'm pretty much talking about all of the illustration rare starters in this entire set for Paldea Evolved. Some of them are a little expensive right now, but I feel like they are all decent buys. But this card right here, last sold $625, $6, $862, $812, $636. Now, you may not like these starter Pokemon, but I'm telling you, there are a million kids out there where this is their, Ivysaur. You got to really think about stuff like that. So I really feel like a lot of these starters and newer legendaries are going to do really, really good down the road. I mean, just like us, we always went back and bought our favorite cards when we grew up. I guarantee you people are going to be doing the same thing. And like I said, some of these are actually going up in price right now. So I think that is a solid pickup. Anytime we're getting starters for their first time ever in beautiful illustration rare forms, that's just crazy. Next, we got the Hisuian Growlithe from Twilight Masquerade. This card got up to $14. Now last sold $725, $850, $787, $840. It's actually coming up in price right now. It was $6.03 in the middle of September. Next, we got the Scizor. This is one of my favorite illustration rares, and it's also going up in price right now. It was $4. Now last sold $4.99, $9.99, $5.61, $5.10, $5. Yeah, I think this is an awesome, beautiful card. Feels like a painting. Next, we got the Infernape. I was just talking about this card. I feel like this is one of the most unique illustration rares that we got. Again, starter Pokemon. Very popular one too. Got up to $10.22. Back down to $6.95 and coming back up again. Last sold $6.61, $5.54, $6.70, $11.39, $8.93, $8.74, $7.49. It's just in the last day there. All right, next, we got the Mewtwo promo. Now, I stocked up on a ton of these when they were literally like $1 or $2, but I still feel like this card is a little undervalued for what it really is. Not to mention, too, the 151 UPC now is $230, and that's the only place where you can get this card. Last sold $826, $790, $826, $646, $907. So if you can find this card for a solid deal, I think it's a great pickup. Not to mention, it is absolutely beautiful and one of my favorite Mewtwo cards. All right, next, we got the Paldean Tauros. I feel like a card nobody ever really talks about, but this card goes for $100-something in a PSA 10, and I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I do wish it was just a regular Tauros card, but still, I really actually enjoy the Paldean Tauros. I think the black just kind of pops on those guys, but absolutely beautiful card. Going up in price right now. Last sold $650, $906, $723, $722, $589. And that's the thing too, some of these cards are literally $5 to $10 for their just raw illustration rare, but they're over $100 in a PSA 10. Now that's a very, very solid jump. Of course, some of these cards are a little tough to grade, so you can't just buy whatever copy on TCG Player and expect it to get a 10. You know, you got to actually look and do a little research and stuff. But keep your eye out for some of these, you know, cards that are literally $5 to $10. You know, check their PSA 10 prices. You will be shocked. I mean, you could have cards right now in your collection, just some illustration rares, that would grade a 10 that are worth over $100 right now at a 10. But it's raw worth like $4 or $5. One of the reasons too why I wanted to make this video. All right, next we got the Mew EX special illustration rare promo from the 151 UPC, and this thing's going crazy. I also stocked up on a bunch of these probably 6 months ago, and now last sold 1578, 1579, 1599. I could honestly see this card getting even a little more expensive. Like I could see this card at like $25. You got to think the 151 UPC is probably not going to go down in price a ton. I mean, maybe if we get a reprint, it'll come down in price a little, but if we get a reprint, that thing's going to be bought up so fast. Next, we got the Iron Valiant going up in price right now. I was telling everybody to buy this thing at $19, $20, and now it's $30. Last sold 35, 38, 43, 31, 30. So now just know a lot of card shops and stuff, they cannot keep up with these crazy prices right now with the market. So you could probably find this card still at your local card shop for 20, 25 bucks or something like that. So definitely just take a peek. I still feel like even at 30 something dollars, it's pretty undervalued. I really feel like this card is going to be over $50. Next, we got the Tapu Koko, one of my all-time favorite cards for the Scarlet and Violet era, and I absolutely love Tapu Koko. Very, very cheap. Last sold $11.60, $13.30, $11.60, $12.98, $11.99. So we got 4 of them at $12.60. Next, we got the Garchomp EX from Paradox Rift. Now, I agree this card could have been better. I still don't think it's terrible, but still, I feel like they could have done a little more. But it is going up in price right now. Last sold 26, 28, 22, 25, 22, 20. I can see this card maybe being like $35 or something like that. Remember, these are just all my personal opinions, but I just feel like a Garchomp special illustration rare should be worth, you know, $30 at least. Next, we got the Altaria EX, another one of my all-time favorites. Probably one of the most beautiful special illustration rares that we got in the entire era. You know, no crowns, nothing like that. Just beautiful, realistic art. And again, going up like crazy. It was $23.68, now $33. Let's check that 1 year, because this card did have a boom before, and it was $44.86 before, and I could easily see this card getting right back up to that price. I honestly feel like if Paradox Rift got released right now, like after Searching Sparks or something, I think people would go crazy for it. There are so many pretty popular Pokemon with beautiful special illustration rares, you know, no crowns. I know so many people that don't like the crowns. I know people that don't like the rainbow borders. And Paradox Rift really didn't have any of that. I mean, they had the Garchomp, and that was about it. All right, next we got the Golisopod EX here from Paradox Rift. It was $9.95, coming up right now. Last sold $11.95, $11, $11, $12, $12.50. Another very, very solid art, and actually pretty creepy. Super realistic looking. All right, next we got the Meowscarada EX here. Again, these starter Pokemon, I feel like are pretty undervalued. Got down to $12, and it's coming up right now. Last sold $14, $24, $19, $17, $14, $14, $14. So I feel like if you guys do not have any of these cards yet and you still need them, now might be a decent time to grab them. Next, we got the Skeledirge EX. Switch that to near mint. But coming up again right now. Last sold 18, 18, 27, 18, 26, 19, 22. And then here's the thing too, you know, like we were talking about the Paldean Tauros or whatever. I was worth over $100 something in a PSA 10. This Skeledirge right here, that's selling for 15 to 20 bucks, is worth like $60 or $70 in a PSA 10. And sometimes you can find sales for like 50 bucks for this card in the 10. So to me, that is just crazy. Next, we got the Quaquaval EX special illustration rare. Same thing coming up. Was $6, now last sold 11, 11, 824, 9, 8, 8, 750. Next, we got the Woe Chain. So these are the new legendaries, also from Paldea Evolved. Was $7.44, coming up a little bit. Now 10, 950, 970, 868, 10, 9. Next, we got the Chen Pao EX, my favorite Generation 9 Pokemon. Set to lightly played. Starting to come back up in price a little bit. Got down to $17.49. Now last sold $18.50, $18.72, $21, $20, $19, $17. All right, next we got the Chi-Yu EX from Paldea Evolved. Got up to $40. Now last sold 23, 22, 22, 30, 22, 25, 25. Next, we got the Ting-Lu EX from Paldea Evolved. Was $7.54. I want to see the high for this one. Yeah, about $8. Always been super cheap. Last sold $581, $662, $679, $679, $565. For a pretty awesome legendary with absolutely beautiful art. I feel like all of these legendaries are top tier. I really feel like people are sleeping on these. I think these are some of the best legendaries we've gotten in a very, very long time. All right, next we got the Iron Leaves from Temporal Forces. I think the art on this is crazy, but it's always been pretty cheap. So, let's see, it was $90 on release, got down to $30 and coming up right now. That sold 31, 30, 40, 42, 42, 35, 40, 38, 40, 35. I feel like this could easily be a $50 card. All right, next we got the Zapdos EX. I've said this 5,000 times. I feel like this is the most underrated card in the entire era, and it's going up again right now. So it got up to 53, then went back down to 46, and now it's climbing again. Last sold 48, 50, 60, 59, 59, 59, 58, 54, 58, 58, 55, 175 is in a 10, I'm guessing. But I feel like this card should easily be a $100 card. It literally has Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres all in one card. It's crazy. Next, we got the Miraidon EX. I'm telling you, I know so many people that love Miraidon. So many people and their kids just absolutely love Miraidon. It's their favorite Pokemon. I mean, just imagine being back in the day and you being able to ride a legendary right when the game starts, instead of having to wait till the very end of the game to get your legendary. And this card got down to $13.88. Now last sold 19, 19, 17, 15. I don't know what the 1 year high is for this card. It's been a while. Got up to $23. But yeah, I could easily see this card being a $30, $40 card, maybe even a $50 card. It was, almost $100 on release for a while. But I could see this card, a couple years down the road being pretty expensive. Like, no joke. Same thing with the Koraidon here. Another card that's just dirt cheap. Got down to $10. Coming up right now, last sold 10, 14, 11, 27, 12, 15, 12. But I mean, so cheap for a special illustration rare, especially from Scarlet and Violet base set, one of the older sets. Next, we got the Penny, one of the few special illustration rare trainers that I like, and the Umbreon is adorable on there with those ears back. This card was $23 a year ago, got down to $7.50 and starting to come up a little bit right now. $8.90, $8.90, $8.90, $7.25, a bunch of $8.90s. Next, we got the Pidgeot EX. Not my favorite art. You guys know I really like the super realistic ones. So, plus to me, Pidgeot's supposed to be fierce, and I was just hoping for like a pretty realistic Pidgeot art, but it's pretty unique. Got up to $15.50. Now last sold $12.50, $11.95, $12.94, $12.81, $12.50. All right, hop into some Sword and Shield alternate arts here. We got the Origin Form Dialga V. I absolutely love this card. I mean, it looks like a painting to me, and it's going up in price right now. It was, 30s, just coming up a little bit. Last sold 30, 35, 37, 36, 35, 40, 40, 33, 31. So I'm sure you can still find this card for the 30s. Got to check that 1 year high for this card. Got up to $51, and I could easily see it getting there again. Next, we got the Mew V from Fusion Strike. Got up to $58.87. Got down to $30. And coming up in price again right now. Last sold $50, $38, $37, $50, $38, $32. And I like this art so much more than the actual VMAX art. All right, next, we got the Celebi V. In my opinion, this is one of the most underrated cards in the entire Sword and Shield era. Absolutely beautiful. Fusion Strike, the actual set, is going crazy right now. Got up to $45, then got down to $28. Now last sold $32, $35, $28, $39, $28, $35. But I really feel like this card should be a $50, $60, $75 card. To be honest, I feel like it should be a $100 card. That's how absolutely beautiful it is. And I feel like most people like Celebi. I know some people call it like the onion Pokemon. Next, we got the Beedrill V. Solid art here. Got up to $40. All the way down to $22.79 and coming up just a little bit. Last sold 27, 25, 27, 23, 30, 25. But Absolutely love that Beedrill. All right, next we got the Pikachu Secret Rare from Cosmic Eclipse. I think this is one of the best Pikachu cards. And then this is what I was talking about. This list could have been so much longer. I could have added so many more Sun and Moon cards and X and Y. I really feel like a lot of people are sleeping on the X and Y and Sun and Moon era for some of these cards. Like, these are the first ever Trainer Gallery cards. This happened in Cosmic Eclipse. You know, we have a ton of awesome X and Y promos that are legitimate illustration rare cards that are just dirt cheap. So I just didn't want to flood the whole video with a bunch of X and Y and Sun and Moon because I know how some people feel about older sets. So please let me know down below if you guys would like me to add some more Sun and Moon and X and Y cards, because I'm telling you, we are talking beautiful illustration rares for just a couple bucks. They just weren't called illustration rares yet, but they are 100%, you know, alternate arts, illustration rares, whatever you want to call them. So I definitely could have added a lot more. I just didn't want to flood it. But yeah, this Pikachu, crazy, was $37, got up to $40. It kind of just goes up and down. But I'm telling you, this Pikachu is top tier, and Cosmic Eclipse is going crazy. Last sold 60, 43, 39, 43, 43, 40. But yeah, the actual Cosmic Eclipse set has, I want to say maybe like 12 or 13 of these cards that are legit the first ever Trainer Gallery. It's very, very easy to complete. This is the most expensive card. Cool little subset to go with your actual Sword and Shield Trainer Gallery cards. All right, we're hopping to some graded cards here. We got the Tinglu EX from Paldea Evolved here, $50 in a PSA 10. Next, we got the Skeletor GX, sold for $55 in a 10. These are all sold listings, by the way. Next, we got the Quaquaval EX, sold for $50 in a 10. Next, we got the Iono from Paldean Fates, sold for $43 and $4.37. Next, we got the Miraidon in a 10, sold for $70. Then we got the Iron Valiant in a 10, sold for $105 plus $4 in shipping. Then we got the Koraidon here in a 10, sold for $57. We got the Chi-Yu for $75 plus $5 in shipping. We got the Morty's Conviction, $76. I feel like this card is still like $30-something raw, but $76 in a 10 is very, very solid. Next, we got the Tapu Koko, sold for $62 plus $5 in shipping. Next, we got the Altaria, sold for $95. I have seen a couple sales are like $110, $115, so I really feel like this card is going up right now in a 10. But I found two sales in the 90s. Then we got the Gardevoir EX. Again, this card's like $30, $40 now, raw. It's moving up actually right now. But in a 10, only $115. Very, very solid. All right, getting to some sealed here. We got Twilight Masquerade. As I'm recording this, is in stock. I know for some people it'll say like unavailable, but you actually have to click on it and add it to your cart. But very solid Pokemon Center ETB. I mean, the booster box is kind of going crazy, still at like 150, 160. Greninja's still going crazy. It's got Eevee. And I feel like the Ogerpon promo is actually better than every Ogerpon we've even gotten so far. All right, next we got Shroud of Fable. Not my favorite set, but I can almost guarantee this box will go up. Just, it's going to take a little bit longer than the rest. I'm still debating. I might pick up a case, but I don't know. I might skip it. I'd rather save my money for Prismatic Evolutions right now because I pre-ordered a decent amount that I still have to pay for. And we got Christmas coming, and it's our first Christmas with our baby, so, you know, we're probably going to go crazy. Next, we got the Astral Radiance Pokemon Center ETB. There is a lot of Sword and Shield Pokemon Center ETBs that are moving up in price right now. I know a lot of people just automatically assume these won't move because they don't have promos, but these are still like the second best box you can get for that entire set. And I think this box is absolutely beautiful. I love the color on this thing. I might actually order a case of this. You know, I actually enjoy Astral Radiance. It's not a terrible set. I do think Silver Tempest is better than Astral Radiance, though, in my opinion. Next, we got some 3-pack blisters that are in stock on the Pokemon Center website. We got Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, another Brilliant Stars, and even Paldea Evolved. You know, that is not bad. We just went through this in one of my videos, proving that the 3-pack blisters do very, very good. They just move a little slower than the ETBs and booster boxes, but they eventually catch up. I just wish they had better promos. Next, we got some Silver Tempest sleeve boosters still in stock at the Pokemon Center website. Only $3.99, and then, you know, half the time Pokemon's doing some sort of deal where you can get like a little free thing. They were just giving away an ornament too. I'm not sure if they still are, but, you know, not bad for some sleeve boosters, especially if you're on a budget. And of course, they still have the Silver Tempest booster box on the Pokemon Center website. Just be careful ordering these with the Pokemon Center. You never know. They can definitely come damaged. So if it were me, I would probably do the purchase limit of 4 just so you have a better chance of the box being fuller. But no joke, I've seen so many people just order one and it just comes completely dinged up, which does suck. But I'm telling you, Silver Tempest is a very, very good set. The Lugia is still going crazy. I think it's over $215 now raw. So I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, I wish I would have got Silver Tempest when it was at 140. Because even on the secondary market, it's already like 160, 170. And I think moving up right now from the last time I checked. All right, we are on eBay now, checking out a couple sold listings. Paradox Rift Pokemon Center ETBs are still very, very affordable. They are going up right now as we speak, but you can still find them for about $60 to $75. And, you know, we got a case here that is open for $300. Try to find another case. We got a case here for $300. Just know, though, a lot of people are putting like stock pictures up of their cases with clean labels. And then you will receive a case with a crappy label that had, you know, the shipping label on top of it. So maybe just ask for another picture if it looks like it's like a stock photo. Like this one right here looks fine, but $300 for a sealed case, Pokemon Center ETBs, clean looking label, not too bad of a price. And the promos are still technically going up. I know they're not everybody's favorites, but they are still not bad. And Paradox Rift is going crazy too. Paradox Rift booster box right now is like $125. Finally. Next, Temporal Forces. Now here's the thing, Iron Leaves I feel like has one of the best promos that nobody ever really talks about, the Iron Thorns. You know, I feel like that promo is top tier, and I would love to get a case of Temporal Forces, Pokemon Center ETBs. There's just none right now available on eBay, but still, even just getting some, you know, loose Pokemon Center ETBs for around $70, $75 isn't too bad. The Walking Wake one goes for a tiny bit more just because of the actual Pokemon on the box, but yeah, I am going to keep an eye out for these. I might try to get a couple cheaper ones here. So one sold here for $61 plus $10 in shipping, another one for $70 plus $7 in shipping. You know, just try to get a really, really clean box. This one, buy it now for $75 shipped. But yeah, the cleaner the box, the better for sure. All right, next we got Paldea Evolved Booster Box. This thing just keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. But do not forget, this set has the Magikarp, which is absolutely crazy. It has so many banger illustration rares, and then not to mention, it has the most underrated special illustration rares, being all the Gen 9 starters and legendary Pokemon. And I do not think we are getting any more reprints of Paldea Evolved at all, so I feel like at this price, $139, it's not a terrible price. And like I said, it just keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. But last sold 142, 140, 140, 130, 138, 141. You just cannot beat Paldea Evolved. I'm telling you, it's such a stacked set. All right, next, we got Paradox Rift. This is another set, too, where I just do not think we're going to get any more. It's going crazy. I mean, I've been stocking up on Paradox Rift for a long time now. I have a completely full tote of just Paradox Rift booster boxes, and then I have a bunch more up here. But I'm so happy that I stocked up on it. Finally getting some love. But still, even at $120, I mean, it was pretty much $100 or like $105 the whole time. You're really only overpaying like $15. That's not too bad, especially because Paradox Rift just sold out on the Pokemon Center website for the booster box at $161. But all right, that was this month's Sleeper Sunday. Please let me know down below what you guys think. If there's anything you guys want me to change or tweak, you know, I just want this to be as good as possible for you guys. And then too, if you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. And then if you want to know when Pokemon Center ETBs come back in stock or 151, definitely follow me on Instagram, or you can join my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. But all right, I want you to have a great day. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon Falling Friday, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.